This month, Woodbury County is celebrating its 175th birthday. Back in 1851, the Iowa legislature created 48 counties in the western half of the state, but the county that's now home to 15 communities wasn't called Woodbury to begin with. KTV's Larry Wentz takes us back in time in tonight's edition of We the People.
Waka. The Waka comes from a Sioux language word meaning big medicine.
Haley Aguirre of the Sioux City Public Museum says it wasn't until 1853 that lawmakers at the then state capital in Iowa City changed the name from Waukah to Woodbury County, in honor of a man who probably never set foot in the state, New Hampshire native Levi Woodbury.
He was one of the first people to be involved in all three branches of federal government.
Woodbury served as a U.S. Senator, Secretary of the Navy, and Treasury, as well as a Supreme Court justice. He made an unsuccessful run for president that garnered him even more prominence before dying at the age of 62.
When he died, all kinds of stuff was named for him. There's a Woodbury, Tennessee that was named for him, roads and counties and towns and all kinds of random stuff.
The first step in the creation of Waukah County was the arrival of William Thompson in 1848, settling near the current Sergeant Floyd Monument. That's a year before the much better known fur trader Theophile Bruyere built near the Big Sioux River. Thompson's settlement was known by most as Floyd's Bluff. No association to the current community of Sergeant Bluff, although Thompson is buried in that community. It was Thompson's cabin where 17 votes were cast in the first county election.
Floyd's Bluff not only became the county seat for Waukah, Woodbury County, but the 11 surrounding counties were also under the jurisdiction of this county seat at one time because they had no fully established towns of their own.
But the growth of what's now Sioux City led to the moving of the county seat, fueled by word that English-born Dr. John Cook and others had a railroad grant.
And that led to a huge flood of real estate speculators because you wanted to own the land that the railroad was going to be on.
For many years, county business was conducted in homes or other locations. It wasn't until 1918 that the current and historic Woodbury County Courthouse was opened. It cost about $850,000 when it was built 108 years ago. Now, here's another interesting note about Woodbury County. It is the third largest county by area in the state of Iowa. Larry Wentz, KTIV News 4.